said, Phil, you know what to do.
Top 10 wide receivers, baby. Let's fucking get it. Let's get it. Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's see what you fucking crazy guys have on
I can't wait to do this one.
I'm excited.
This should be entertaining again.
Yo, the running back show. Oh, my God. People are going to be turning heads.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
You turned my head with the fucking Chris Carson pick.
I told you, that's my guy. Chris Carson, Nick Chubb. All right? So let's go right into it. I think I'm going to have to give it to you first tonight, Nick.
Okay.
All's fam again. Jesus Christ.
All right, at least you caught yourself.
It's almost
this
like
time.
one of these episodes I make so many references unintentionally. Or maybe it was intentional.
All right, let's get right into it.
Freak ass.
Freak ass,
Smooth ass.
Fly
Let's
ass.
talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Nick, go ahead. Give us your top 10 PPR wide receivers.
All right, so top
let's
10,
go.
if you guys really want the real top 10, here it goes. Number 10, Julio Jones.
Ooh.
Number 9, Allen Robinson. 8, Justin Jefferson. 7, Keenan Allen. 6, DK Metcalf. 5, Calvin Ridley. 4, DeAndre Hopkins. 3, Tyreek Hill. 2, Stephon Diggs. And number 1, Devontae Adams. No cat.
Real quick. Damn.
Let's go. Fire that shit.
Shots fired.
Fire that
did
shit.
I not hear AJ Brown's name?
No, you didn't.
Ooh.
Straight
okay.
up. You didn't.
Oh, that's a bold prediction in itself.
It's always bold.
And Julio was in there, which
I had him in my top 10.
We
so
said this previously.
I'm a man of my word, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a man of my word, bro.
Hey, listen, I'm proud of you.
Oh,
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
have to pass it off to Mike now, though.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
go, Mike.
All right.
So, number 10, I have Justin Jefferson. Number 9, I have Julio. Number 8, I have Allen Robinson. Number 7, I have Keenan Allen. Number 6, I have D-Hop. Number 5, I have Calvin Ridley. Number 4, I have DK Metcalf. Number 3, I have Stephon Diggs. Number 2, I have Devontae Adams. And number 1, I have Tyreek Hill. That was perfect, dude.
Perfect timing. Nice, Phil.
That is awesome.
Round of applause. We got the best producer in the business. The GOAT. Phil Nace over here.
That is awesome.
Wow. Did I not hear a mention of AJ Brown on your list?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
No cap. Of
course.
Jesus. Wow. Wow.
Well, I'm assuming you have him in your top 10, so go ahead. Proceed. Carry the hell on.
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah, now go through it fast because this is going to be wrong.
I'm the stat guy. I'm never wrong. I'm wrong like one time in a blue moon. All right.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait for this one. Go ahead.
And actually, you
I've
were
been
like
I've been waiting
copying
on
me.
this.
Like number 10, Justin Jefferson.
We agree?
I know.
Wow.
Wait, get this. Number 9, Julio Jones. When you started off like that, I was like, this fucker read my list. Number 8, AJ Brown. That's my bold prediction. 2 Titans receivers in the top 10 this year.
Wow.
We'll save that for the bold prediction episode, but I'm just throwing that out there, okay? Number 7, Calvin Ridley. Number 6, DK Metcalf. Should have been an Eagle. Number 5, also a bold prediction, maybe not so bold in some audiences, but judging by ADP, Keenan Allen, number 5, and he's a lock. I used that word last show with Nick Chubb.
Certified lock?
Certified lock for top
Okay.
5, and I use the same words for Nick Chubb. Right?
Yeah, you did.
I said guaranteed Keenan Allen's going to be top 5. All right? Maybe higher. Number 4, DeAndre Hopkins. Number 3, Stephon Diggs. Number 2, Tyreek Hill. And boy, I had him at number 1 briefly. But damn, Mr. Statman did his research and he could not deny Devontae Adams the top spot. Devontae Adams is your number 1 receiver, and it's actually not even really close.
It's
After I
not.
did my research. Oh,
It's not.
I mean, should
I
we
agree.
just start there? Should we just start with Devontae Adams? I think
mean-
we kind of have to.
I mean, like, what's there to say? He's the undisputed number 1 wide receiver. He's been number 1 the last couple years. You know, and he has like the best quarterback in the league. You know, one of them, and Aaron Rodgers in the MVP. He's going to get fed. It's just what it is. You know
I
what I mean?
think I'm going to wind up changing Mike's mind right after I read this to him. Because I've done this before. I made you change your mind live on a show, and you might change your mind right now, okay? Davante Adams led all players, not just wide receivers, all players with 25.6 fantasy points per game. That's 3.7 more than number 2 receiver Tyreek Hill last year. That's a lot per game, okay? 16 plus fantasy points in 11 of 14 games played. He didn't even play the full season and he was the number 1 receiver. 30 plus fantasy points in 7 games. That's 4 more than any receiver last year. This is dominance, okay? Top scoring wide receiver by 29 points last year despite missing 2.5 games. He had at least 9 targets in 14 of 15 games. Career high and league high, 34% target share. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's his offense.
Third straight year, over 30% target share. This is ridiculous. Mike, did you change your mind?
No.
All right, here, I'll give you Tyreek Hill's little stat piece first, and then you'll change your mind. I love him, by the way. Tyreek Hill, career high 15 receiving touchdowns last year, top 5 receiver in fantasy points per game. 3 of the last 4 years, top 10 receiver in 40% of his games last season. That's 3rd best in the league, and that debunks the theory that he's not consistent, because he very much is. That's one of his knocks. Everyone's like, boomer bust, boomer bust. No, he's a certified top 5 receiver, but there are no numbers that match up to what I just read about Davante Adams. And I had, like I said, I had Hill there.
Should have left.
I did my research, and I admitted that was a little much. He'd be number 1 in any other year, but Davante Adams is living.
I think the Chiefs are coming fierce this year.
I agree.
I love the Chiefs, dude. Like I said, I think they have a chip on their shoulder. I think they found, like, now they don't feel like they're on top of the world. They don't feel like they're unbeatable. I think they got embarrassed in the Super Bowl. I think Mahomes is, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the MVP. I think he's going to have
my early pick.
I was going to say,
we will talk about that.
I would say right now, I would probably put him at top of my list, subject to change.
We'll cover that in the show, the first show of the regular season.
I can see them.
We're going to talk about MVPs, playoff predictions,
I could see
Super Bowl
him
predictions.
and Hill being like bombs away this year. I like Hill this year, and I think he's going to be the number 1 receiver.
Taking the easy route.
Mike, I like the case because, like I said, he's right.
Subject
he's
to change.
Right there.
Subject to change.
Yeah, you can.
But I think Mahomes is coming back this year.
Finalize your preseason picks on that Thursday night, first game of the season, first
I can't wait.
show of the regular season. That's when your MVP pick will be tied to your name for this year. Okay.
I'll be honest. Stephon Diggs is a better fantasy player than Tyreek Hill in my opinion.
Ooh, I mean that's a bold claim in itself.
I don't think it's bold at all. I think
Tyreek Hill was number 2 last year.
that's awesome. I think Stephon
That's
Diggs.
also fuck off.
Yeah, I mean straight up.
Missed me.
Stephon Diggs had 168 targets last year, 1,535 yards, and the only reason why he's 3rd is because of his touchdowns. Now he has another year with Josh Allen. I see that going up, up.
I mean, so we all agree. Did you have him number 2?
I had him number 2. Yeah.
And Mike and I had him 3.
3.
I mean, look, they're close. I get it.
It's going to be close.
I just think that Stephon Diggs is a better fantasy wide receiver than Tyreek Hill.
He's probably got a higher floor, but Hill has a higher ceiling. If they are bombs away, I mean, he's also probably the best deep threat in the NFL.
Oh no, he's not like probably. He definitely is.
The only difference between Hill and Diggs and Davante Adams is the number 2 receiver in Davante's offense is arguably Alan Lazard, Bob Tunyon.
Stinks.
Or
I mean, they don't stink. They're okay.
Valdez.
Yeah, MVS, because I'm not saying his full name again after last show. Marquez Valdez Scantling. That is, I said it right this time.
You did.
I mean, that's just a mouthful. Pause.
Whoa.
Why do we got to do this?
I don't know.
It's for
man.
entertainment,
We're taking it too far out here.
I mean, it's for entertainment.
Pause.
But yo,
Tyron Woodley voice.
here's Stephon Diggs' case, all right? He was the only wide receiver in the league last year with 10-plus fantasy points in every single game. The most consistent option last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was a beast last year.
He led the league with career highs in targets, receptions, and receiving yards. A career high, 29% target share. But like I said, there's just nobody overly threatening behind Davante Adams and his workload. as long as he's healthy. I mean, I just don't see it. I don't see how he's just dominant. He's a force.
Oh no, I'm with you. I got Adams number 1.
But
I had
Diggs
Diggs
definitely
too.
has the higher floor than Tyreek Hill. The ceiling though is off the charts if the Chiefs come fucking firing away, and he could finish number 1. He
will.
Oh, Mike, I'm sorry to hear that.
He used my line. He got me.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's
The other
crazy.
one, I guess we all had Hopkins at 4, right?
No, I have Metcalf.
You have Metcalf at 4. You have Hopkins at 5?
6.
6.
And that's because I trust Matt Ryan and Russell Wilson more than I trust Kyler Murray.
Wow.
Wow. Really?
Bro, you know how I am with that, dude. Dude, the Cardinals are just, and you know how I am with DeAndre Hopkins, dude. I think he's the best. I love him. But I can't get behind that team.
You don't
just
like
can't do it.
You really hate
You're not
the
a Kyler.
Cardinals.
He's
No,
not, he's
dude,
not a
I'm not a
guy.
Kyler and
He's
Cliff
not.
guy, dude. I'm not.
Tyler's so good.
I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm not at all. There's just something I don't like it. I'm not comfortable with it.
Well, let me spit something here for you.
Educate me. Educate me.
Here's your education.
I'll give you something to spit on, but educate me.
Oh!
Hey, yo.
Alarm!
Whoa.
Oh my
Yo,
God!
hit that shit.
If I had to guess what he would say, that was exactly what I thought. That could be a title. I mean, it's like definitely rated X.
Yeah.
Holy
It's rated
shit.
P and I.
Oh my God, I'm taken aback by that.
All right,
Wow.
deep breath. Deep breath.
Oh my God.
Carry on.
Carry the hell on.
I don't know how I could. I'm a little threatened right now. DeAndre Hopkins, though, Mike, to educate you, all right? First year in Arizona last year, in case you forgot,
I forget.
all right? 4 consecutive years as a top 5 wide receiver in fantasy football.
Mm-hmm.
These are facts. And he was low on touchdowns last year for him.
Mm-hmm.
I expect that to go up. I think he'll be double digits this year. I think he had 7 or 8.
6.
6. Oh, God. So he was top 5 considering that. 29.4 target share last season. That's second highest among wide receivers. He's a target beast. He had at least 7 targets in 15 of 16 games. And with the help behind him this year, and another year of growth for Kyler Murray, I don't see how he's not in the top 5 again. If anything, I would have argued.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Listen, he is what he is. Is he gonna? I mean,
Yeah,
is he gonna
he
improve?
stinks.
I don't like him, but this is Kyler Murray here. Kyler Murray's a stud. I trust Kyler Murray, and therefore I trust DeAndre Hopkins. Always been one of my guys. He's a
I love
stud.
him, dude. He's been my favorite wide receiver in the league for probably 5 years.
Probably got 1 to 2 elite years left. This will be one of them. And they're, like I said, I mean, I corrected myself a couple shows ago. I said that they will be a playoff team.
Fuck no.
Yep. They will be the 3rd wild card seed. I can still change that before
better change it
Thursday
right
night.
now.
We'll change it.
Before the next Thursday night show.
Yeah, you'll change it. You'll come to
I
your senses.
could.
You'll come to your senses.
But I said all 4 NFC West teams are making the playoffs. That was a late change. I'm kind of feeling good about it.
I love D Hop. He's certified top 5. I don't care when
He is. And listen, the only thing I might have argued was whether or not I put Keenan Allen at 4 and Hopkins at 5. Still top 5. Should we move on to Keenan Allen? What do you guys, where'd you have him?
Look,
I
I
have
love
7.
Keenan Allen. I
7?
I actually originally had him at number 8, and I moved him up a slot. I like him better than Justin Jefferson. I think he had 97 catches or more in the last 4 years. He's the only player in the league to have. So, and Herbert as well. I think the Chargers are going to be much better. I just love Keenan Allen. I think he's one of the best route running wide receivers in the game.
He is the best route runner.
Yeah,
can run the whole-
arguably,
he can run the whole track.
arguably.
Let me tell you, he's the best route runner in the NFL.
But that's your opinion. I mean, it's definitely arguable. What I'm saying is,
Who
like,
else
he
would you
is
put up
definitely
there, in your opinion?
Maury.
Stephon Diggs, maybe.
Amari Cooper.
maybe Diggs.
Amari Cooper.
Amari can run a route, but he won't stay on the field.
You know who can run routes?
Who?
Calvin Ridley.
That's why.
Sweet.
Number 5.
Yeah, I had Ridley at 5 too.
Talk
as
about
well.
that, too.
But I mean, look, I like Keenan Allen. I love him this year, so I moved him up a slot at 7. I think that's a fair, number for him because I have DK Metcalf. He is like a certified star in this league.
We'll touch on him, too.
Yeah, he's the next D Hop almost.
He's
He's got it.
He could be better.
Could be.
He's got the physical tools to be better.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, I love Keenan Allen.
And he has a
big on
good
him.
Hold that-
quarterback.
hold
D-Hop
that
never had
thought.
a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, he's got one now.
Yeah.
Let me remind you, this is an elite quarterback already. He's amazing.
How many times he made the playoffs?
Bro.
I'm just asking.
ain't
You want to say
even-
he's
I mean,
elite?
come on.
You want to say he's elite? I want to see
we
something.
Ain't there yet.
I want to see
We
something.
ain't there yet.
Yeah,
he was an
he's not there
MVP
yet.
candidate last year.
How'd that work out for him? He missed the playoffs.
It's too early in the show for me to be face palming.
But yeah, I mean, so going back to Keenan Allen, I mean, he
Yeah,
had
let me-
147 targets, 100 catches. The only thing that was weird is that his receiving yards were low. He didn't break 1,000.
Well, yeah, Justin Herbert also didn't get the job soon enough. That was the issue.
Yeah, but if I look at other guys on the list, they had 1,000 yards. You know what I mean? Like Mike Evans didn't have the best year, but he
He
still
was
had
8
1,000.
yards short. I mean,
No, but I'm just saying he didn't have 1,000 yards.
he missed 2 games. So
Right.
that was it too. And normally, I mean, hey, this guy's had a clean bill of health after years of fighting off that whole mantra that he's
Yeah.
injury prone. He had season-ending injuries like 3 different times. It's the same note about Carson Wentz. It's like those are injuries you can't control. The soft tissue shit I worry about. He only missed 2 games. He's been available. So Keenan Allen, though, once Justin Herbert got the job, he's right back up there for me. You already said the point about 97 catches 4 straight years, but I want to say one other thing about that. He's only one of 2 wide receivers to have 90-plus catches the last 4 years, and the only other one was DeAndre Hopkins.
Wow.
So I don't think
stat.
anyone realizes that.
It's a good stat.
I mean, 97 in 4 years is already amazing, but
He's an animal.
one of 2. And I mean, in 11 full games with Justin Herbert, he averaged over 20 fantasy points per game. So, I mean, it's right there for you. This is an elite fantasy receiver and an elite receiver in the league who just does not get enough love in the public eye. But fantasy eye, the production is going to be there. Certified lock for top 5. He's number 5 for me right now. Certified.
Wow.
Book it.
Certified.
Certified slapper. All right.
That's a title name.
I had-
Certified.
I had trouble with putting with my number 10. I have Justin Jefferson there.
I did too.
I
by the way.
struggle with that. I have a list of 3 people. I just put 3 on there that came to mind, but I really struggled putting him in there.
You want to know why I did wind up having him at 10? Because Justin Fields is not starting for the Bears yet, and I would have had Allen Robinson there if that were the case. That's literally it. Terry McLaurin is a guy who's interesting, possibly, but I don't know if Fitzmagic will stay healthy long enough. And also, I'd rather have the other 2 over Terry McLaurin.
Chris
Plain and simple.
Godwin. Chris Godwin is interesting.
I was just going to say that.
At number 10, though?
He's very interesting.
I think he's going to have a massive year.
I
Like
think
I'm
they're all
talking
gonna have
big
great
time year.
years.
Yeah, but I think he's playing the Wes Welker role in that offense. He
Antonio
can run
Brown's
the
playing a lot
entire
better
route
routes,
tree.
too,
he don't have a contract yet either.
Yes.
I mean, look, he's a stud.
He's awesome.
I don't think he's going to be top 10, though. I think there's just too many mouths to feed.
And a little.
He's gonna be
Amari
fringe,
Cooper,
Mike.
too.
He's good.
He's
I
gonna be
love
fringe.
Chris Godwin.
gonna be
Amari
fringe.
Cooper is going to be hovering around that.
He's a stud, but his quarterback won't play half the season.
Who?
Dak.
You saw the headline. He won't be 100% the entire year. He hasn't played a game yet. All right. When he throws 65 times in game 1 playing from behind because Tom Brady's Bucks are going to fucking blow them out.
Energy.
65 throws. Watch. How's he going to feel after that?
Great.
Oh, my shoulder. I need another MRI. Another MRI. Coming week 2. Listen, he's a stud. It's just that there's something there right now. There's something there. But Justin Jefferson, to stay on subject here, 28% target share last year. Only 3 wide receivers scored more points after week 2 last year. I mean, he was a massive breakout. Second in yards per route run and yards per target. So he's a do-it-all guy. I mean, even with Kirk Cousins at quarterback, he's shown he can do it, and actually, he should elevate more, if anything. I mean, he's the number 1 receiver on that team, and it's a great offense. So, I mean, that's that.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right.
I
so-
put him there simply because Allen Robinson doesn't have a quarterback as of this date.
Right.
Subject to change.
And my fringe top 10 guy, and this is going to sound fucking wild, Robert Woods. Robert Woods. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I
mean,
said it. Robert fucking Woods.
He's good. He's a good player.
I don't care. In the last 2 or 3 years, he was top 10 2 times out of the last 3 years.
If he got in the end zone more,
And
I would
he's got
actually
Stafford.
love that.
And he has Stafford this year.
Yo, as you say that,
He's good.
I'm going to save my point about Cooper Kupp for another show. But
I love Cooper
I
Kupp.
love Cooper
Me
Kupp.
too. I'm a fucking
Listen,
fan.
that guy,
Target machine.
that would
Yeah.
be a bold prediction. I literally, I didn't consider him for top 10, but he will be close.
They're fringe.
And they're both possibly close.
Yes.
They're going to be fed a lot too.
I love Robert Woods, man. I think he's legit.
He's very underappreciated.
Yes.
Um,
Last year he was ninth. And now he has Stafford.
it's a loaded position this year. I mean, there's a lot of depth at wide receiver. But yo, let's talk about DK Metcalf because we just mentioned the name.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
One of only 3 players last season with 1,300 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns. He had the 3rd most red zone targets in the NFL last year. He's got the most red zone targets in the NFL by 5 total since entering the league. Certified stud.
Oh, absolutely.
And guess what? He's got the speed of some of the fastest receivers in the league, not to mention the size. I mean, that's why I was saying, like, he could wind up being better than a Hopkins. He's got the physical tools, and he's just scratching the surface. And he's got Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, he could very well wind up top 5. Mike, you had him at 4.
I'm at 4.
He's just a stud. There's
I just
nothing
don't
else
see.
I want
I
to say.
just see him continuously getting better.
He's just going to get better. He really is.
Well, look, I had him last year. And he can sometimes be frustrating.
He could.
There was a couple games where I was like, bro, you gave me like 2-3 points.
Well, that's because he threw the ball away instead of running in the end zone.
Oh my God, remember that?
I mean, that,
DK. What the fuck?
if you draft DK Metcalf, let's say on the turn, like 2nd round, maybe, I think that's where he's going. Probably about like mid-2nd round, okay? If you get him there, you're feeling pretty good because you think, oh, he could wind up top 5.
Yeah, potentially. He's got top 5 play.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say there, right?
Nope.
So Calvin Ridley, Mike, you had him top 5, right?
Yeah.
And Nick, you had him
5.
You had him 5
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
I have him 7. Wide receiver number 3 averaged 11. He was wide receiver 3 in 7 games without Julio. Averaged 11.9 targets and 19.8 fantasy points in those games. So he's shown he can be that guy.
He's a
that
legit
dude.
1. He's a 1.
And they're going to be throwing the hell out of the ball.
And they
so
have
I
Kyle
I can see why you guys have him top 5.
You have Kyle Pitts, and I'm telling you, don't sleep on Russell Gage.
No, he's good.
And they have Mike Williams running the football, so they'll be a little
Mike
bit better.
Davis.
Mike Davis.
Or yeah, I'm sorry.
I ain't worried about
Solid.
Mike Davis, but I do see them chucking the ball a lot.
Huh?
You said Mike Williams.
Mike Williams.
Well, I mean,
Mike Davis.
they're one and the same.
Sorry.
Irrelevance.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he was wide receiver 5 last season despite missing a game and playing hurt for several games. So, can see it. Let's move on. The one that stands out, A.J. Brown, notably not on your lists. And I'm stunned because you both have Julio top 10, which I love, by the way. I can't believe where Julio's going in these drafts. I mean,
Good.
maybe I should say that first. We'll talk about A.J. Brown in a second, and then we're going to move on into the next segment after these two. Titans receivers. Julio Jones had 6 consecutive top 7 fantasy seasons prior to last year. I am not understanding the lack of love for this guy. He didn't forget how to play. 1 second. So, in the games when he was healthy last year, I thought someone was about to speak, and I have to. I'm adding.
I looked
at him,
I'm like,
is
what
he
the
all
fuck?
right?
You good? You good,
I basically
man?
said, I apologize. That was a little rude. Okay.
I don't
In the
give a
games
fuck.
that he was healthy last year, though, he was ranked number 3 wide receiver in the games he did play. He didn't forget how to play, guys.
He got hurt.
And he was probably just, I mean, there was no need for him to be rushed back last year. He would have played if they were games that mattered. So, and he had a career high yards per target last year.
I don't understand why people are sleeping on Julio. Honestly, like he's literally like one of the top 5 best wide receivers in the game.
8
Still.
consecutive years, top 5 yards per route run. This guy is explosive. He can, I mean, he's He was the best. He might still be the best receiver in the game.
And he's not
To
going to be
this
able.
date, I mean, this is still an argument. He's right up there.
And nobody's going to be able to double team him.
And nobody's going to double team him. And I mean, yes, am I concerned that he hasn't done anything yet in training camp? Like, he's been sitting out practices. I don't give a shit about that personally. If he's available week 1, give me Julio Jones in my lineup. And he's going like 5th, 6th round in drafts. This is laughable. It's laughable.
I got to be in them drafts.
I need to go on his leagues.
It might sound easy to us, but I'm just saying, like, ESPN didn't even have him ranked top 15, I don't believe.
Sorry to hear that.
ESPN had him ranked 21st.
Yeah, they're smoking wet.
Yeah, I don't.
That's another one.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't understand
The
it.
lack of love. It's crazy to me. So there's that.
Maybe I guess like due to the lack of understanding of the offense, maybe like that
This
could play a
this
factor.
guy's a certified
but
stud his entire career. I'm not worried about his understanding. He's
not.
going to get open.
I'm just trying to figure
It
out
must
what
be
they're
the
trying to figure out, you know
injuries.
what I mean? Yeah,
it's
could
got to be because he is a soft tissue guy.
Yeah, he
This
is.
guy misses
Hamstrings
games.
at the wazoo.
So, but still, I mean, finishing top 7, regardless of that, I can't believe it. I'm floored. You can
I
tell
agree.
in my energy right now. I can't understand it. And we all 3 have him there. That would be considered a bold prediction. But a real bold prediction is having both Titan receivers in the top 10. I need to understand why you guys don't have A.J. Brown, and then we're going to move on after
Okay,
this.
I don't have him because you still have Derrick Henry in the background, and I think Julio is going to be the more productive one. Like, Derrick Henry's going to get the ball. They're not just going to stop handing the ball to him.
They had Corey Davis last year, too, and it didn't seem to matter. And they were able to feed both of them. Corey Davis might be a sleeper wide receiver this year.
We literally just talked about this probably like the other day.
Last night. No, it wasn't last. It was the other
It was a
day.
couple
It was
nights.
sour hour. And we were sitting there and we were bullshitting. And I'm like, yeah, I like Corey Davis this year.
So we'll talk about it when we get to the sleepers. He's a sleeper. But point is they were able to support both wide receivers plus Jonnu Smith. I mean, I don't see why they couldn't. If they're an explosive offense, they both could finish with 1,000 yards.
No, I agree. I had
I'm-
AJ Brown last year.
I can't believe it.
I had him last year, and sometimes he could be frustrating too. But he's also a home run hitting wide receiver.
He was frustrated for you? I had him too, and he was producing every week.
I'll be honest, dude. There were some games where he would have like 1 or 2 targets by like the 3rd quarter, and I'm like,
But he still wound up
where's homeboy at?
He still wound up with 10
like, where
plus
the fuck
points
he
in
at?
those games.
Huh?
He was one of the most consistent options in the league last year.
No, I know, but there was a couple of games where he wasn't doing jack shit. And then he would rely on the big play screen and
I'm
then
okay with it.
go 80 yards for touchdown, which helped his production.
It could be frustrating, but guess
It is
what?
frustrating, man. I like a guy with
I don't
targets.
give a damn when he's
I'm a
putting up
target
10 plus
guy.
points a game. I mean, the only thing that is knockable on this guy is he missed the first 2 games of the year. Other than that, here's what I got on him, all right? Since entering the NFL, he leads all wide receivers in fantasy points per target. Number 1, okay? Top 3 in yards per route run. 28% target share last year. No reason that can't keep up. 4th in fantasy points per game when active last year in 15 games. He was a top 5 receiver when he was active. And
Yeah.
he missed some time. Very little, but still. This was one of the best receivers in the game last year.
Oh no, I love.
And
AJ
guess
Brown.
what? They're just going to complement each other.
I love him.
That's my bold prediction. They're both top
10.
10. Both Titans receivers, top 10.
You good, Phil?
Yo. Careful over
Need
there.
wipies.
Careful.
All right.
I mean, I think
we're all pretty good on on the top 10 wide receivers.
yeah, another great segment right there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was fun.